Wherever you may find yourself on this morning, just welcome, right? We've made it through, we've navigated through, we're here, we're breathing, we're doing it, right? So just, I invite you into this space with the intention of just being, right? Just being, just letting yourself be in a state that you need, right? Even if it's just for a few moments, just simply breathing and connecting to yourself more fully, right? That's just the overall intention of this space that's being created, right? Tapping that screen, interacting, you're going to add your energy, you're going to add your intention into this space, right? So you make this time, this space, whatever you need it to be, right? I am simply a guide here holding space for you, with you, for this collective, right? Understanding that we're navigating through a lot. Phyllis, thank you, love. We're navigating through a lot, right? We're navigating through a lot individually, collectively. So this is what whatever you need it to be, right? Whatever you need it to be. A reminder, some guidance, some support. We're just here, right? We're just here. So just allow yourself to be here. And breathe. Allow yourself to breathe, right? Let's breathe. Let's just breathe at your own natural pace, right? Whatever is comfortable for you, just breathe. Right? Setting the intention that with each breath, right? With each breath that you take, right? You're going to release and you're going to receive. You're going to release all that no longer serves you, right? You're going to release with the exhale all that no longer serves you. And on that inhale, you're going to breathe in, you're going to receive vital energy, right? So we're breathing out, right? Old, negative, dense, outdated, stress, anxiety, tension, expectation. We're going to breathe that out and make space to breathe in energy, vitality. So just breathe at a pace, right, that's comfortable for you, right? Just trying to lengthen that breath. Soften each breath, right? Relax each breath more and more, right? Just let yourself be and let yourself naturally acclimate to your own rhythm, right? Just following my guidance, following your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in energy, vitality, and you breathe out tension, stress, anxiety. The important thing is that you're breathing and that you're adding some of your own intention, right, to that breath. I want to release. I want to release all that is no longer serving me. I want to release what is not mine. I want to let go of outdated beliefs, patterns, conditioning, right? Fully, wholly, right? You've been navigating through all these things, healing all these things, right? Having awareness to all these things. So breathing out what no longer resonates, right? Letting go of what no longer serves you. Grand Rising, Lulu. Just breathing. Breathing at your own natural pace. right? Breathing and aligning to your own natural rhythm. I'm not going to tell you how you should breathe, how many breaths you should be taking. No, I want you to lean in and connect to your own breath. And allow your own intention, your own energy to follow its own natural rhythm, right? What feels right to you. Just simple awareness, just simple breath, and the intention of relaxing with that breath, of letting go with that breath, on receiving some much needed energy, vitality, peace with that breath, whatever you need. We just want to breathe, breathing into our own natural state, aligning with our own natural rhythm, right? Breathing in, breathing your awareness inwards, right? Disconnecting, letting go of the outside world, even if it's just for a few moments, just for a few breaths. Allow yourself that, right? Allow yourself that, and allow yourself the gifts that can be received within those few moments of conscious awareness, of breathing, of aligning, of being aware of your body, of being aware of your mind, of being aware of your emotions, your feelings. Thank you, Jeremy. I see you. Thank you. Relaxing with that breath. I keep hearing and seeing that word. When I close my eyes, I see the word relax. Allow yourself to relax, right? Breathe and release, right? Exhale and release some of that tension, some of that stress, some of that anxiety you've been carrying around, that you've been holding on to, right? Sometimes I use that sort of visual of Pigpen, right? Peanuts, Charlie Brown, right? The dust ball. Some of you have been just carrying around energy, right? Carrying around negativity, sort of like a cloud of dust around you. Breathe and allow that to dissipate. The word I'm hearing is dissipate, right? Your breath, your conscious intention, allow that energy to dissipate. Allow that energy to dissipate, to clear, to dissipate. I keep hearing there's great gifts, there's great power within your breath. I'm gonna move my candle, it's a little too close for me. I have sort of a, I am infatuated, the flame, the symbolic, all of it. But we need to just move it away from my, it's coming upon that time of year that fire is very significant for me. As a child, I experienced a significant trauma where fire was at the So as I'm here with you, right, I'm acknowledging some awareness of some energy that's rising to the surface, my awareness of what the flame, what fire, what this time of year signifies to me, and realizing there's layers rising that, right, that I'm going to breathe through, just the awareness of that. Signaling that there's another layer, right, there's another layer rising. Just acknowledge what is here for you. Maybe there's layers rising. Maybe there's been layers rising. Maybe it's time to release, to shed some of those layers, right? Breathe. Breathe into your body. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your mind. What is here for you, right? What is here for you, right? Yeah, right? So let's breathe through that. Let's breathe through that. The morning was January 1st, 1979. Trying to wake my mother up. Trying to tell her that there was a fire in the house. Chills in my body, but we're just gonna breathe through them, right? So whatever rising to the surface in this now moment, maybe it's associated with fire, maybe it's associated with this time of year, maybe it's associated with things that have just occurred, right? Or maybe it's something that's rising from the past. Just be here with it. Be here with it and breathe through the awareness of it, right? No doubt, I'm hearing no doubt you've healed some layer of that, and this is just some surface energy rising, right? Some surface energy rising to your awareness, right? Maybe you're feeling it in your body, maybe you're feeling it in your heart, maybe you're recalling something in your mind, right? Maybe you're crying and you don't even understand why. Maybe your body is shaking, vibrating at the resonance that there's something rising, right? That there's something rising to the surface that's ready to be released, because I'm hearing again, no doubt you've been doing the work. This is simply the energy rising to be released. So breathe through that. Breathe through the energy of that, whatever is rising to the surface. Or maybe you're very aware. I just got the hit that maybe you're very aware, you're very tapped in, tuned in to what's the dynamics of what has been occurring. Maybe there's a little more information, awareness, understanding here rising to the surface, right? I just, my head is like pulsating. I get chills. I get chills that just ran from the shoulders up very specifically up my neck and up into my ears. There's awareness rising. There's awareness rising. There's clouds clearing, right? There's clouds clearing. There's veils lifting. And as those veils lift, as that understanding, right? As you're reaching new levels of understanding, right? It's bringing you like to new levels. New awareness, new understanding, new consciousness, new seeing beyond what is, seeing beyond, right? Seeing beyond what you have been able to see before, right? Some of it is not physically there, but seeing beyond, understanding beyond, right? You're getting it. Up leveling is what I'm hearing. Up leveling is what I'm hearing. Rising, rising, rising. And so I'm being reminded of the visual that I just gave about my ears are ringing. I just was sort of clearing, right? I talked about this sort of energy, the ball of dust, the ball of energy, the density that may be sort of clouding like a cloud of energy, a cloud of density, a cloud of negativity, right? That we sort of worked on dispersing, right? And as that clears, right, as the clouds clear, as the energy, the density clears, new levels of understanding, energy, awareness, consciousness. It's also dynamic, I'm hearing. Not also as in two, T-O-O, but it's all so dynamic. I'm getting chills, I'm getting goosebumps. Who's vibrating? Auburn, Grand Rising. Yes, I'm loving some of you who are joining. There's many old familiars, but there's some new that I'm seeing, no doubt. But there's some new that I'm seeing. We're seeing new. We're seeing with new eyes. We're seeing with new eyes. There's clarity. There's understanding. The density is dispersing, dissolving. There's clarity. It's all so dynamic. Wow. Right, yes, thank you, Jess. Right, I didn't catch that, but thank you for catching that. Thank you. Yes, yes, friends. Jessica, when I referred to you recently as soul friend, it's very like soul friends, like star family, like there's a unity, there's a uniting through this clarity. It's all, I keep hearing and feeling, it's all so dynamic. Do you notice when I say that, it's all so dynamic. And when I say that, it's color, it's energy, it's frequency. It's like what I'm seeing, when I say, like what I'm seeing is sort of like, it's not binary code. What's like there's like a certain coding, and I don't know what it is. There's like, but it's like it's not like I don't want to say what it's not because I don't know what it is. Like that, like binary, like coding, like boop, do, not Morse. Morse, is it more? It's, I'm gonna write it. So it's like lines. You get like a set, like okay, coding. It's about the coding. Forget what the shapes. It's about the coding. Being coded. Unlocking codes. As the density disperses, there's clarity, and it's also dynamic. It's sound. It's frequency. It's color. It's energy. It's vibration. It's resonance. Resonance with coding. You're resonating with the coding that is being activated within your DNA. And it's so much more than being activated. You're being activated at the idea that there is an activation happening. So the awareness is so much more dynamic. There's a more dynamic connection between you and, I'm getting like the cellular structures and the dynamics of it all. Does that make sense? I don't even know what I just said. Blueprint, I love that. Yes, I love that. I don't even know what I just said. It's all so dynamic. The coding, you're aware of the coding. You're okay, my body is vibrating. You're being activated by the understanding of the activations. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, it's like up-leveling, like you're so much more aware of the dynamics of it all. Like you're understanding the intricate, is that a word? Intricate? That intricate dynamics, right? So it's like the very, like, I want to say like fine point, like the detail, but it's so much finer than, like it's so much like a point, a dot on a paper, right? It's like that, but there's so much more to that dot, right? Like all right. I'm on fire. I don't know if it's the comfy. Let me turn my heat down. Turn the heat off. I'm taking a drink. Take a drink if you need to. The understanding, all so much more dynamic. Like mind blown. Like I'm seeing that emoji, that a little emoji with his little head blown, psh, like the brain. Psh, like the understandings that you're happening. So there's confirmation here, right? There's confirmation patterns. I love that, right? However it's resonating, whatever is being sort of activated through these words, through this energy, right? Whatever is resonating for you. However, right, whatever kind of whoa, rising to the surface, or whatever those feel, right? Just tune in to how that is resonating. What is resonating? Is it something that I said? Is it the words? Is it the frequency? It's the vibration, because it's all here. It's all here, and it's all happening at once, I'm hearing. Wow, this is like, it's all here, and it's all happening at once. And when I say that, I want to tune into sort of this pulsation, right? This pulsation, and bringing me back to that little dot. It's all happening at once, right? Yes. Love that. Love that. Like a constellation in a galaxy. I love that. I love that. So it's like that, yes, but it's like, right? Like, but that, right? Like that, but that. It's the grandness. It's the grandness. Grand rising. Grand rising. We greet each other with grand rising, right? As above, so below, even the slightest smallest, makes up the whole. I'm seeing an old skeleton key going in an old skeleton lock. I heard the click. I heard the click. There's an unlocking. There's an unlocking. So there's going to be resonance with the key alone, right? With the key alone. So take this however it resonates for you. But the key, it's a skeleton key. It's like circles at the end, very intricate. And it's cold. The key is cold. But it's going in, and we turn the key and it's unlocking. It's unlocking, and then there's that dust. There's the density again, clearing, right? Dispersing. And it's also dynamic. Just gonna let that land. Just gonna let that land and allow what is rising to the surface. Thank you for that love. Thank you for that love. Thank you. Good. Hatley, love that, love that. Jess, yes, Jess. I love that, right? So however that resonates, right? So however that resonates for you, and I'm just going to allow you to be in this space and allow, right, for any feelings, thoughts, sensations, memories, keys, codes, frequencies, to be here in this space, unlocking, 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 unlocking. I'm going to bring in some light language for that unlocking aspect. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning. I'm going to bring in some light language for those that it resonates, right? The key, the unlocking, keys, codes, frequencies, right? It's also dynamic. Niyanasa ashu, o niyanasi, I niyashu. Niyanasa ashu, o niyanasi. Niyanasa ashu, o niya. Inia, inia anasa ashu, o niya. And I'm getting a hit in the third eye when I bring that light language, that energy, that vibration through. Many of you are working on opening that third eye. Many of you are working on opening your intuition, opening your awareness, opening your consciousness, opening your connection to higher self, to spirit, to source, whatever that is for you. And I just heard the word, that term again, grand rising, dear ones, grand rising, dear ones, as I'm acknowledging the opening of the third eye, the opening of the connection, right? Through that, whatever you refer to, believe in, right? Whatever is beyond this. Mia anasi ish unianasabashu. You're feeling it, I'm hearing. You're feeling it. You're feeling it within you. You're feeling it within you. You're feeling the resonance of things unlocking, decoding. Very specific decoding. So there's an unlocking happening. There's an unlocking process happening. And as you unlock, you decode, right? Gaining access, gaining connection, gaining frequency, gaining understanding beyond this physical. So as you're unlocking, you're opening yourself up to new levels, new awareness, new connections. You've been doing a lot of work on this heart space. You've been doing a lot of work on this heart space. Opening, clearing. Detangling is a very specific word that I have to say. Detangling. Some of you may feel like you've been detangling, separating. What is truly yours and what is not. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, etherically. And as that continues to open, as you continue to clear, as you continue to heal, continue to open, it's unlocking new levels, new awareness, and allowing you to decode the very cellular structure within your DNA. Through simple awareness, through simple connection, through simple presence. I'm hearing it is you that unlocks the keys and codes from within. It is you, I'm getting chills down my body. It is you that unlocks the keys and codes from within. There's a lot of terminology I used to use like a few years back. I'm recognizing there's a lot of terminology coming out that I used to use a few years. And I just heard, so this is a personal message that just came in, right? I acknowledge that sort of resonance of years past when I was using this terminology because I'm leaning into energies. I'm being aware in this now moment energies. And I just heard from my own personal message, it was at a time where I was very active in opening myself as a clear channel. So this may resonate for you, that the terms opening thyself up to be a clear channel, a clear connection, right? I'm hearing for yourself first and foremost, like understand the importance of doing this work for yourself and how it ripples out to the whole, to the all. Like your new levels of understanding, I'm hearing new levels of understanding, cracking the code. I just heard cracking the code. Yes, own it, be it. I am energy. Everything is energy. We're all energy. We're all vibrating. We're all pulsating. I just mentioned that pulsation a few moments ago, tapping into that, right? We're tapping in. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're tapping into the very pulse of our being. Wow. We're tapping in. We're tapping into the very pulse, to the very cellular structures of our DNA. We're doing that. We're doing that. We're doing that. Because we're energy. Everything is energy. And when we engage in the ways that we engage, right? With ourselves, with our spirit, with our source, and that which is beyond that, right? There's only higher light, higher energies, right? There's only the highest of the highest within this energetic container, right? I do my work. I do my work. I do my energetic work. There is no lower energies, right, filtrating this energetic container. We're unlocking, we're decoding our own source. We're unlocking, we're decoding our own energy, our own DNA, our own cellular. We're doing that. We're doing that through our connection, through our work, through our healing, through our presence, through our breath, through our connection, through our awareness. We're elevating ourselves. We're activating ourselves, right? I'm a guide, right? I'm a guide, right? I'm just here as a guide, as a reminder, as a mirror of the potential, right? Not that I'm above or beyond anyone or anything, right? There's no hierarchy, but I've been doing this work a long time. I've been doing this all a long time, so I can be here and be a mirror for you that it's possible. Be a vehicle for you to receive energy, messages from your higher self, your spirit, your source. You're ready to receive. You're seeing beyond. You're seeing, you're hearing, you're feeling beyond anything that you've experienced before, because you're opening yourself to that. You're allowing that. I'm hearing, why are you questioning that? When you are right here where you are because of all the things that you've done, right? You've opened yourself to receive this. So let it land as it may, without questioning, without expectation, without attaching to the need to understand it in this very moment. Just be in it. Just be with the resonance of it. You are unlocking keys, codes, frequencies in your internal blueprint, structure, DNA, simply by the work that you're doing. The work, the healing, the grounding, the breathing, the yoga, the Reiki, the work, the walks, the movement, the interactions, the uncomfortable, the inconsistent, you're doing all of that. Ears ringing, hands vibing. Hives coming to the surface. There's hives, an irritation. There's something that is non-resonant. There's something that's non-resonant, right? What a hives? Look at the meaning. What a hives? What is that? What is it doing? What a hives? Being aware of the dissonance, being aware, right? Like navigating through the difficulty, the uncomfortable of the awareness of the dissonance, right? Does that make sense how I just said that? It can be uncomfortable when we become aware of the dissonance and how long maybe we've been entertaining that dissonance, right? But in some way or another, it's been serving us, right? There's a lot here. You ask for this and then hesitate because ego wants to understand all aspects. There's so much here that's beyond the ego. There's so much here now in this time and space that we're in that is beyond the ego. Right? And we're getting sort of in some of those old cycles, right? That can be comfortable, that can be familiar, right? We're battling with ourselves. We're battling with our intuition. We're battling with the understanding that we've already achieved. The term once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it, you can't unknow it, right? Once you hear it, you've heard it, right? You can't undo. And there's some at some levels, to some degree, it may be a bit minimal, and it may be, wow, like the battle, right? All you've asked for. It's all you've asked for. And that can be hard to hear, except, right? I know that I've spent a lot of time battling my own self, my own knowing, right? But it was all for some purpose, and eventually, right? Eventually, right? Eventually you get to the place where it's beyond anything. You can't dismiss it anymore. You just can't discount it. You can't unknow it. You can't unsee it. You can't unknow it. You can't unknow it. The words I'm hearing in this moment is, it's a great disservice to discredit yourself. And I'm taking it in because I'm hearing it for myself just as much as I'm sharing it with you, for it to land however it needs to land for you. Right? There's a disservice in discrediting, right? There's a disservice in not listening and not paying attention. But it's an even greater disservice when you pay attention, you listen, you pay attention, you get it, you understand, and then you're battling against that internal knowing, right? Is this making sense? Sometimes I feel like I'm just like, right? It's like, but what I'm hearing is it's becoming less of a battle. It's becoming less of a fight. It's becoming less of a struggle. So I'm acknowledging that, right, we're navigating through that, out of that, right? So just acknowledge where you land with that. Does it make sense? Okay, good. I need to take a drink. Sometimes I feel like I just go with what I'm getting and I'm not sure if it's making sense. And then sometimes I don't even remember what comes out of my mouth. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I'm feeling a little nauseous. I'm feeling a little nauseous. I'm feeling a little even spacey. You know what I'm feeling? I'm almost feeling that feeling of like before a panic attack. Is anybody feeling, who's feeling anxious? Who's feeling anxious? Let's just breathe through that. Let's just breathe through that. Yes, grace and ease, right? I'm feeling some of that energy, right? And it's like, so I take a moment, right? I take a moment when I'm doing this type of work, right? And I'm open and connecting into this collective space. 33 here. There's a reason for this message. Okay, so I'm tuning into this energy of sort of like, wow, this is what it feels like when I've had a panic attack. Like, you know, I'm resonating with certain, right? So I'm leaning into, is this my energy? This is what I'm doing sort of internally. Is this my energy? It's not my energy. So there's sort of a nervous energy that I'm picking up on, right? Right? Yeah. So let's breathe through any of that energy, any of that discomfort, any of those thoughts, feelings, emotions. If you feel like you need to cry, release it, right? Just acknowledge what is here for you. Even if you don't understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling. There's something that's been said, or there's an energy that's been felt that has resonated, right? So just tap into any discomfort, any tension, any nervousness, any stress. any weighing on the heart, right? Just tap into that and breathe through that. Breathe through that. Breathe through the awareness of the energy that is present here for you. Breathe through that, just being aware of it. Any feelings, any sensations. The bottoms of my feet are tingling, so breathe and make sure you're grounded in your body. Make sure you're grounded in your body. Breathe into your body, breathe into your body. And I even want to say, repeat the affirmation or the phrase, I am safe. I am safe, I am whole, I am complete. I am safe, I am whole, I am complete. I am safe, I am whole, I am complete. I am just as I am. I am just as I am. I am just as I am. Just breathe through that. I am safe. I am safe in my body. I am safe in my body. I am safe in my body. I am safe to experience the feelings, the sensations that I am experiencing within my body. Breathe through that. Breathe through that. So as we allow the energy to move, to settle, the awareness is lighting up within the heart space, so breathe into your heart. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your heart. Just breathe and ground into your heart, center into your heart. Just follow the energy of your breath into your heart space. And then allow the energy, if it resonates, I'm just following the energy as I'm leaning into it, tapped into it, right? The energy is flowing within the heart space, right? You receive it as you feel guided to do so. But I'm visually sensing it in the heart space, right? Allowing it to just flow and move and shift and settle into the heart space, right? Energy, light, frequency, vibration, the highest of the highest. And then just allow that energy to flow out in all directions. Filling your heart, filling your heart, filling your heart. And then flowing out from your heart in all directions. Through all time, through all space. And you can imagine it, feel it, sense it, however it is for you, right? Maybe energy just flowing into your heart space, becoming a big ball of light, and then just growing and growing and growing and expanding as you continue to receive this energy and it just flows out in all directions. Right? Some of you may be experiencing energy flowing right into your heart, and then right, like sort of dispersing up and down your spinal column, flowing up and down your higher and lower chakras, right? Just be with the energy, just be open to the energy, grounding you, clearing you, opening you, aligning you. Just open to the energy and allow it to work in alignment with your highest and greatest good. Again, the intention here in this collective, within this container, is the energy, the highest of the highest of the highest intention. Right? You don't have to believe in a specific thing or being or system, or there's none of that. This is just about tuning into the energy, tuning into your own energy and connecting to that, right? I just heard, and I don't know why, I just heard it's like a filtration system. So you can even think of it as, right, like opening to energies, right, like higher energies, source energies, higher self energies, right? You are so much more than this physical body. You are dynamic. There's that dynamic word again. You are dynamic. You are multi-layered, right? You are an energetic being. So you can think of it, right? And some of you may be tuned into this way, but you could think of it in a way as, right, like she's saying, open to this energy, receive this energy into my heart and let it fill me, let it flow through me. Like, what is this energy? Where is it coming from, right? She's saying it's higher energy, higher consciousness, higher self, right? We are an extension, right? However you believe or perceive, we are an extension of source, right? So you can think of it even as a way of receiving your own energy into your heart, right? Opening to your own energy, right? However it feels right for you. But bottom line, we are all energy, we are all dynamic, we are all multifaceted, multi-layered, multi-dynamic, that word, dynamic. Be in the energy of that. Be in the awareness of that. I just heard divine aspect of that. So divine aspect, right? Some of you may imagine like, so when I'm doing sessions one-on-one and I'm opening, a lot of the times I will open and connect, using certain verbiage, right? Connecting with the higher self and all divine aspects of the other person, right? So this is an opportunity in this space to open to all divine aspects of yourself, right? Because ultimately that's what you're doing when you're opening to the energies, right? You're opening to the awareness of your higher self, and that you are an extension of the overall all. Am I getting too out there? So lean into this, lean into yourself to connect to yourself more fully, to align to yourself more fully, to receive all that you need energetically, right? whatever that looks like, feels like, sound likes to you, because it's going to be different for each and every one of us. Breathe through that. Breathe through that. Breathe through that. I'm sensing there's some old stuff rising to the surface. There's some old stuff rising to the surface. Old beliefs, outdated beliefs, stuff that has been almost like that you've had to stuff down, right? It's rising to the surface, and it's almost like it can't be contained anymore. So allow what is rising, allow what is ready to be released, because it's making way, it's making space. Now I've like new, but it's not new. Like I want to say making space for the new you, but it's not the new you, because it's you in the overall sense. So I'm sensing that for some of you, there was things that sort of had to be stuffed down deep, physically, figuratively, emotionally, like whatever it is, just let it land where it may. But it's almost like it's coming, like it's coming up, it's coming out. It's like it can't be contained any longer, nor should it be. Nor should it be. So if this resonates, this sort of idea of stuffing down, however that resonates, right? I had to wow. Let's just breathe through this. We can't keep this stuff in anymore. We can't keep this stuff contained within us anymore. The dark, the dense, but also the light. I was trying to get some clarity on what I was receiving. So it's when we're holding on to this dark stuff, it's not allowing the density has been blocking so much light. So release the density. As we release the density, it allows us to illuminate. It allows us to like literally illuminate from the inside out. So for those of you, however it resonates, the stuffing, whether it's holding on to things, containing, whether you couldn't, right? Like in all kinds of ways, just let that land how it may. Maybe contained in a space, right? Like however that resonates. So much stuff is flooded into my and that containing, that holding on of that density, right, in whatever way, blocking what is beneath that, blocking what maybe it was intentionally hiding, right, or was just experience over time, right, over time blocked in some way. But it's time to release that darkness. It's time to release that density, because there's so much light. There's so much light there. There's so much light there. There's so much knowledge there. There's so much wisdom there. There's so much contained there. You gotta let that shit out. You gotta talk about this stuff. You gotta let it out. It's gotta come out in one way or another. And many of you have been doing it. Right? So I want to recognize the work that you've been doing, the layers of work, the healing. And many of you are starting to see that light. So many of you are starting to experience that light that has been contained, right? lots of layers here. There's lots of experience. There's lots of sort of there's that dynamic word again. Breathing through the uncomfortable, breathing through the uncomfortable. I'm hitting on that nauseousness again, that sort of hint of nauseousness, breathing through the uncomfortable as it arises. I got one of those eye massages for Christmas, and I noticed that the more relaxed I got, the more nauseous I felt. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I can't, like, I'm trying to relax. I can feel myself relaxing. Like, I can feel myself relaxing, and I started getting nauseous. I'm like, what the hell, right? But then it took me down this whole, like, right, realized I have a problem relaxing. I physically, right, it's just something that I physically have been working on, healing, like, so I associated the fact that my body was starting to relax and I started getting nauseous. So identifying, right? Just identifying where things, right? And this stuff doesn't have to be all like dramatic, right? It doesn't have to be all dramatic. It doesn't have to be all like just awareness, acknowledgement as these things rise, just being aware of that nauseousness. Why am I feeling nauseous? Why am I, right? And breathing through that, just being aware of the energy, being aware of your feelings, being aware of how you're feeling in certain places with certain people and certain energies. Awareness is key. Awareness is key. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on internally. There's a lot going on externally. And ultimately, presence is key. Presence is key. Presence is key. All right, how are we all feeling? How are we all feeling? My body is on fire. I am sweating. I turned my heat off a long time ago. I know it's cold in this room because my toes are cold, but I am sweating. The amount of heat and energy. I'm moving, right? I'm moving stuff. I can physically feel my body shedding things, like energetically. It feels relaxed, good. The top of my head is tingling. Let's do some just conscious breathing from the top of the head, right? Because we've done some energy work. We've done some energy work. There's definitely energy work going on. So let's just take a few moments. The top of the head is lighting up for me. So let's just take a few just conscious breaths, just breathing from the top of the head, right down the body, down the spinal column, down the legs, down and out the bottoms of the feet. Let's just do some conscious breathing from the top of the head, down the body. Right? And as you're breathing from the top of the head, down the body, down the legs, down to the feet. Right? Just take a moment and scan your physical body. Just scanning your physical body. Right? Scanning, right, what you can physically touch, scanning what we physically cannot, right, internally. So just take a few breaths and just scan your body for a moment. From the top of the head, down the body, down the spine, down the legs, down and out the bottoms of the feet. You may first start doing this like physically scanning the outside of the body, like, okay, I'm scanning, right, my eyes, my head, my arms, right? And then your awareness might move internally. Okay, now I'm going to scan internally, right, inside my muscles, my organs, the blood, the this, the that, right? And then take it a step further, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to scan my chakras, right? From the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, right? Just taking a moment to scan your energy. Connect with your body internally, externally. And just noticing anything that you may pick up on, any discomfort, any tension, any blocks, any places where your breath or the energy doesn't flow. Just noticing. So for those of you who may be new here, who may be new to working with your own energy, right? This is a great place to start. If you want to start connecting to your body, grounding into your body, right? Bringing presence, conscious awareness into your body. I wasn't sure where this was going in the beginning, but I'm getting the sense that there may be some new people here who are just starting to work with and learn about energy, right? This is a great place to start, starting with your breath, bringing awareness into your body by just breathing, right? And then following that breath, right? Scanning your physical body on the external, and then bringing that breath, the awareness internally, and scanning maybe your muscles, your organs, your blood, all those internal things, right? And then taking it a step further, and let's go in and scan those chakras, right? Because if you're here, you're very aware of the chakras, and I'm sure you're aware even minimally of energy systems and levels and layers. But this is a good place to start, right? And maybe this is just a good reminder, right? A reminder to go back to the basics, to return back to the breath, to bring your awareness back to yourself, back to your body, right? And that there's great gifts in that, bringing presence in, right? And connecting to your body, right? And then, right, you scan your chakras. How am I feeling energetically, right? Internally, right? We have those internal chakras, the 7 internal chakras. We have a lot of chakras, but I'm sure everyone's familiar with the 7 chakras. But then we have those external chakras, right? Those chakras outside of our physical body, right? Just explore. This is just a reminder, an invitation to explore your own energy, right? And all you need is your own awareness, your own breath, right? Some time, some space, right? Go within, explore what is here for you, right? So you explore your body physically, internally, right? Internally, energetically, the 7 chakras. And then start and, right, expand your awareness out a little more, right? Out a little more. New, right? I got the sense that there was some, right, new to this, because there's so much going on in the outside world, and there's a lot of terms that, right, that some of you, us, may be unfamiliar with, right? But our terms and things that many of us have experienced for many years, right? So This is just a reminder, an invitation to explore yourself, right? And it all starts with your breath, connecting to your breath, connecting to your body, exploring what's here, and then expanding that, right? Expanding that out. But it's important now more than ever that we learn about ourselves more fully. We learn about, right, all the things that we're made up. We're not just these physical beings, these physical bodies walking around. We're energetic beings. There's so much more to us. There's layers to us. Dynamic. We are dynamic. It's all so dynamic, right? So I invite you to explore what energy is. Just explore the things that resonate, right? Explore the things that resonate, because I'm sure there's new terms that you're hearing out there that are like, wow, I don't know what that is, or wow, I don't know what that person's talking about, but that really resonates, right? Just explore and discern, right? Be very discerning, because there's a lot of information. Be discerning, right? And how can we truly be discerning? By going within and understanding this, right? We have to understand this before we can even begin to understand what's out there, right? I think that's the message. I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm losing you with this, but I'm just where the energy's going. So, explore your breath, explore different breathing techniques, explore meditation, explore not just meditation, but different tools and techniques. Open yourself up to new experiences. And I want to say, when I say meditation, like, I don't mean the sitting on a cushion, a meditation cushion in complete silence in an uncomfortable pose for all kinds of hours or minutes or days, or, right? Meditation can be simply breathing, walking meditation, right? Guided meditation. There's so many things, right? When I use the word meditation, like, right, it's not just the quiet, right? That can be very difficult for a lot of people, and I acknowledge that. So explore how you can get into a state of, of peace, of calm, of connection, right? It's going to look different for all of us. I used to do a weekly meditation group, in person. God, we're talking 10, 12, 13, years ago. But I remember this one individual who came into the space, had never done it before, but wanted to try it. He was wicked stressed, wicked anxious. And we always, let's close our eyes down, but it wasn't something that you had to do as a suggestion. Closing your eyes down is a signal, okay, it's time to go within. He couldn't close his eyes down. He couldn't shut his eyes. Nope, I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit here. And I watched him through the whole first one. He was like a ball of nerves, but he got himself into a place that was going to, like, help him get to right. He was trying anything. He committed weekly showed up. It took some time before he could shut his eyes. After a few months, he was like, wow. But the fact that he just got himself physically into the place, right? He wasn't able to do all the things. He couldn't even close his eyes down, but he took this step, right? He took this step to get him into a place that could potentially help him further along on his path, right? And over time, he was consistent. He committed to himself, to his process, to his right potential. And over time, he was able to close his eyes down. he was able to go into a place, and right, so over time, don't expect overnight, right? We didn't get ourselves right, like it's taken a long time for us to become aware of some of these things, right? And to have some understandings about some of these things, even to open to some of these things, even to attempt to listen to some of these things, right? Don't have great, like grand, giant expectations. It's a process, right? It's a process and it takes time. But it's worth it. It's worth the commitment. It's worth the consistency to yourself, right? To yourself. Thank you so much. Start with 10 minutes a day, then increase, right? And it'll just become natural, right? And that's why I try to emphasize like breathing so much, because like that's something that we don't need to like be in a certain, right? Like all we need to do is bring awareness to our breath. We're in the line at the grocery store. We're at that red light. We're in the chaos of the world, right? We always have our breath to come back to. We always have our breath and our intention to come back to. So start there. Start there. And then, yes, right? Like Jess says, Mrs. K, increase over time. And maybe 10 minutes is overwhelming, right? Start with a minute, start with 2, right? And just gradually increase. And then over time, yeah, you'll be doing it. You'll be doing it. So I'm overall messages, back to the basics, right? Back to the basics. I know for myself, I've been over these past couple weeks alone, been reminded of certain, things, tools, that I used to use, that have been very beneficial, that I've just kind of maybe forgot about, or just, right? And it's like, wow, yeah, so just explore, right? Just explore, be present with yourself, be discerning, so discerning, so discerning, so discerning, right? That's what I was talking about. There's so much out there. There's so much out there, and a lot of it is kooky, wacky, right? Like almost intended to get us spinning, but there's some information out there. So be discerning, and how can we be discerning? By going within, right? By going within, connecting to ourselves, connecting to our center, connecting to our source, right? Bottom line, all the answers are right here. And I don't mean within me, I would mean within. All the answers are within, right? So be discerning, and give yourself the time and opportunity to connect to this, to connect to yourself. Even if it's a few moments here and there within your day, it's possible. I'm evidence that it's possible to do difficult through difficult times. It's just part of the process, Let's pick a card. I haven't done cards in some time. I am going to pick a card from the Healing Energy Oracle as sort of kind of a way, I guess, to sum up our time today. And I haven't used these in some time. I'm just gonna bear with me for one moment. I haven't used these cards in some time. And usually if I haven't used a deck in a little bit of time, I just like to clear them. All right. So I'm setting the intention on picking a card for this collective to send them on their way, to enjoy their day, sending them a message filled with hope and peace. Bottom. I heard bottom. I heard bottom. The calm. The calm. Just take a moment and look at that image. These cards are so cool. So let me read you the calm. I breathe. I breathe. That's the first. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time and focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts. All fears dissipate. I used that word earlier, dissipate. And I find peace in my being. I'm going to read that again. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time and focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts, all fears dissipate, and I find peace in my being. The calm. I feel like this just like sums, this has pieces of all of this live in it that dissipate. The fact that I used the term dissipate earlier with that, the cloud, the density, to dissipate, to wow. And I find peace in my being. And then how to, right? We breathe, right? What's that one thing that returns us to ourself, returns us to our center? Our breath. Our breath brings us calm, brings us peace, allows everything else to dissipate. Look at that image. Just look at that image for a moment. The light is within you, right? Allow the noise of the external to dissipate by breathing your awareness into your eternal state. Internal, eternal, internal, eternal, internal, internal, your internal and eternal. Your internal state is the eternal state. What is that? What is that? Does that even make sense? I'm getting activated. I'm tapping on my heart because I'm being activated. Something here energetically, something here is I'm being activated. Your soul is eternal. I love that. Your internal state is your eternal state. Your soul is eternal. I love that. I'm activated. And just look at that image. Just look at that image. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time and focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts, all fears dissipate, and I find peace in my being. It looks very much like what's on my computer right now. Your soul is eternal. You are eternal. You are a being of light. You are energy. You are energy in motion. You are energy in form. You are energy in motion. You are eternal. Follow your internal compass. I just heard follow your internal compass. Wow, right here is itchy. Follow your internal compass. allow yourself to go there. Allow yourself to be that. Allow yourself to be the light that you are, that you came here to be, to receive. Be that light. Activate that light within you through your presence, through your presence, through your presence, into that internal space. And I know it's not easy to go there and to be there sometimes, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it, my loves. It's all worth it, my loves. So much gratitude to you. So much gratitude to you for your light, for your service. So much gratitude for you. You are so much more than you think you are. You are so much more than they have led you to believe that you are. You are so much more. You are so much more. You are so much more. And you know the truth. You know the truth. You know deep down the truth of who you are. That's why at times it can feel and seem so daunting, so difficult, because you know the truth. You know the truth. You know the truth. So hold on to that, be that truth, be that truth, be that truth. I'm going to offer an energetic layer of protection and support to hold you, to surround you, to guide you through your next now moments. I'm hearing be grounded in the truth that you are. Like, be grounded in the truth that you are. Like, there's strength in that. There's strength in grounding who you are into your journey. Like, grounding who you are in an all whole and complete sense. Grounding that into your journey, into your experience. By being more than just this physical aspect. By owning the multidimensional aspects of your being. And my sage